Dwayne Hunter videos to October 31st, episode 20.
15 mall bikers. Imagine heading into work at your mall job when a group of jewel thieves on motorbikes bursts out of a store and speeds down the hall of mall walkers. That's what happened first thing in the morning at Brent Cross Shopping Centre in North London when 6 thieves on 3 motorbikes took as much as they could from Fraser Hart Jewelry Store 15 minutes after the centre opened, before taking off with up to 2 million euros in jewels. ABC News published this video in November of 2012. The footage shows the culprits dressed all in black taking off on their bikes. According to the BBC, they abandoned their motorbikes at a nearby golf course. An eyewitness to the event, Claire Smalley, told the BBC, "We looked out and we saw 6 men, 2 on each bike, pull up outside Fraser Hart and telling everyone to stay back. Among the jewelry and items taken were Rolex and Cartier watches. This smash and grab on tape is certainly something you don't see every day." Number 14. Sea Lion. Imagine you pull in your fishing net to find something extraordinarily large, something crazy strong, something that you definitely wouldn't want to meet in a dark alley. That's what this group of Russian fishermen found in their net in October of 2014 as they fished off the Pacific coast. When they hauled in their catch, they probably thought it was loaded, but once dumped on the deck, a huge sea lion busted on the scene. They cut the sea lion free of the net, and it promptly took out its anger on a nearby fisherman. As the sea lion looked around, probably confused as to where in the world he was, one of the crewmen tried to shoo the creature away by throwing something at him. Then the crew's dog sadly also got mixed up in the brawl. Afterwards, he seems to be settling in on the deck like he decided to call this place home sweet home. But the men got a hose usually used in deck cleaning and started spraying the sea lion, which did the trick. He ambled away, flopping clumsily over the piles of net and finally reaching the other side, where he presumably hopped back into the Pacific. Male sea lions can weigh in at more than 800 pounds. This particular sea lion is believed to be female though, of the Steller species, the largest sea lion species in the world, which resides from California to Japan on the northern Pacific coasts. Surprisingly, this crazy incident isn't as unusual of an occurrence as you might think. Sea lions sadly can become trapped in the nets and can suffocate underwater. This one made it out alive, but she wasn't too happy about getting trapped in the first place. Number 13. Hailstorm at Cradlestone. Imagine weather so strong that it blows part of the roof off a mall. That's what shoppers experienced in Cradlestone Mall in Krugersdorp, South Africa, when this massive hailstorm hit the shopping center in October of 2017. A weather warning had been issued for forecasters, and this time the weatherman was correct. The storm battered the suburbs of West Rand with golf ball-sized hail that prompted many to post the storm's damage to social media. This clip, published to YouTube by Intelligence Bureau Pty Ltd, was one of those posts. In the video, the crashing storm blows a structure standing in the parking lot outside right over, and trees are seen outside billowing in the high winds. Although the footage is terrifying, it's lucky the YouTubers were caught inside rather than out in a storm like this. Number 12. Pink Panthers. In April of 2007, shoppers at the Wafi Mall outlet in Dubai were met with a sight they probably thought they'd never see before. A group of miscreants smashing into the glass storefront with taken Audis and making off with loads of jewelry. As the facts of this story unfolded, these miscreants were found to be members of a group called Pink Panther. The name was given to the group by Interpol after they hit Japan and Europe with a string of thefts. At around 10 p.m., the Panthers took from the Graf store in the mall in their black and white Audis, scaring shoppers and fleeing with around $4 million worth of jewelry in a matter of seconds. Despite their nickname, the men weren't dressed in pink but rather head to toe in black. They raced into the jewelry store and started breaking glass displays open, filling their bags, before hopping back in their vehicles to flee the scene. They then fled the scene and dropped their vehicles at Zabeel Road, burning them in order to get rid of evidence. The whole theft was caught on CCTV footage at the mall, and Dubai police later took 2 suspects into custody before they were able to leave the United Arab Emirates, while 2 more suspects managed to get away. The taken jewelry was discovered in the suspect's rental car, and one of those who'd left the country was later turned over to the Dubai police. The Pink Panther group committed the same type of theft all over Europe, holding up in cheap hotels, using rental cars, plowing into glass storefronts, and making off with millions in jewelry. A documentary was made on the Pink Panthers and released in 2013. Number 11.